What if I told you about a place so legendary, so enigmatic, that even the mightiest pharaohs of Egypt considered it divine? A kingdom whose wealth and splendor were beyond comprehension. A land called Punt. For centuries, Punt was revered as the land of the gods, a mysterious realm overflowing with gold, myrrh, exotic animals, and treasures that seemed to come straight out of a myth. And yet, today, we have no idea where it was. No ruins, no cities, no inscriptions to point us in the right direction. It's as if Punt simply vanished, leaving behind nothing but tantalizing clues in ancient texts. The story of Punt isn't just about a lost kingdom, it's about humanity's endless fascination with the unknown. It's a mystery that has haunted archaeologists, historians, and adventurers for centuries. How could a place so important to one of history's greatest civilizations just disappear? And more importantly, what does its story tell us about the fragility of civilizations and the secrets still buried in the sands of time? Ancient Egyptian records speak of Punt as a place of unparalleled beauty and abundance. It wasn't just another trading partner, it was sacred. To the Egyptians, Punt was more than a source of wealth. It was a link to the divine. They called it Ta-Necher, the land of the gods, a place so revered that even the journey there was considered a holy act. But for all its importance, Punt remains shrouded in mystery. Where was it? What happened to it? And why did it disappear so completely? These questions have puzzled researchers for generations, and the answers might surprise you. Our journey into the mystery of Punt begins over 4,000 years ago, during the reign of Pharaoh Sahur in the 5th dynasty. Egyptian texts from this period describe expeditions to Punt as monumental undertakings. These weren't small-scale trading missions. They were grand voyages involving fleets of ships, hundreds of crew members, and months of preparation. The Egyptians brought back treasures that were almost mythical in their splendor. Gold so pure it seemed to glow, myrrh so fragrant it was said to have healing powers, and exotic animals like baboons and giraffes that must have seemed otherworldly to those who saw them. The most famous expedition to Punt took place during the reign of Queen Hatshepsut, one of ancient Egypt's most powerful and enigmatic rulers. Around 1470 BCE, Hatshepsut commissioned a journey to Punt that was immortalized in stunning detail on the walls of her temple at Deir el-Bahari. These reliefs show massive ships laden with treasures, including live myrrh trees that were transported back to Egypt to be planted in temple gardens. This wasn't just trade, it was diplomacy, a sacred exchange between two powerful civilizations. Hatshepsut's inscriptions even mention that the gods themselves had blessed her voyage, emphasizing Punt's divine status in Egyptian culture. But here's where the mystery deepens. For all the detailed accounts of what the Egyptians brought back from Punt, they never clearly described where it was. Scholars have spent centuries trying to piece together clues from Egyptian texts, maps, and carvings, but the location of Punt remains elusive. Some believe it was in modern-day Somalia or Eritrea, regions known for their rich natural resources and proximity to the Red Sea. Others suggest Punt was in Yemen, across the Arabian Peninsula, where similar goods could have been sourced. There's even a theory that Punt was an island, a lush and fertile paradise lost to rising seas or natural disasters. What's so haunting about this mystery is the sheer lack of evidence. No ruins, no artifacts, no inscriptions, nothing that definitively ties Punt to a specific location. Imagine an entire civilization, vibrant and thriving, disappearing so completely that it leaves behind only whispers in the records of another culture. It's both fascinating and unsettling. How could something so significant simply vanish? The disappearance of Punt raises profound questions about the nature of history and memory. Did Punt fall victim to war, disease, or environmental collapse? Did its people migrate, blending into other cultures and leaving their homeland to fade into obscurity? Or was Punt always more of a concept than a physical place, a symbolic land of the gods that existed in the imagination of the Egyptians rather than on any map. Adding to the intrigue are the people of Punt themselves. Egyptian texts describe them as wealthy and sophisticated, living in stilted houses along the water. Their ships were said to rival those of the Egyptians, suggesting a culture that was advanced and connected to the wider world. Who were these people? What language did they speak? What gods did they worship? And what happened to them? These are questions we may never fully answer, but the fragments of their story continue to captivate us. And then there's the possibility that Punt is still out there, hidden in some remote corner of the world, waiting to be rediscovered. Think about it. Some of history's greatest archaeological finds were once considered mere legends. The city of Troy was thought to be a myth until it was uncovered in the 19th century. The same goes for the lost city of Ur in Mesopotamia and the Valley of the Kings in Egypt. If Punt is ever found, it could rewrite everything we know about ancient trade, diplomacy, and cultural exchange. But there's another layer to this story, one that's both exciting and a little unnerving. What if Punt's disappearance isn't unique? What if there are countless other Punts out there, civilizations that once thrived, only to be erased by time, their stories lost to history? It's a humbling thought, a reminder of how fleeting human achievement can be. Thousands of years from now, will our own cities and cultures be remembered, or will they too vanish into the mists of time? The story of Punt isn't just a historical mystery, it's a lens through which we can view our own place in history. It challenges us to think about what we value, what we preserve, and what we lose. It's a story that stirs wonder, curiosity, and even a sense of loss. What treasures, what knowledge, what connections to the past have we let slip away? If you've made it this far, thank you for joining us on this journey into the heart of one of history's greatest enigmas. If you enjoyed this exploration and want to dive deeper into the mysteries of the ancient world, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Together, we'll keep the stories of the past alive and maybe even uncover a few new ones along the way. After all, history isn't just about what we know, it's about what we're still searching for. And somewhere out there, Punt may still be waiting.